Hello guys, so today I'm going to talk about why most FC26 creators or FIFA 26 creators are very wrong about this recent FC26 patch that came out today. And I'm going to explain in 3 reasons why this patch is really good and why it's very close to real life football, but it also rewards the right way you have to play. It makes the game more manual, and it makes the passing the thing we see most in real life football, what we really love about the beautiful game, reflect on this game. So I'm going to break it down in 3 key points in this video. While I do that, I'll let my gameplay of the day when the patch just came out. I played 5 games in total, but I only recorded 2 of them. I won 4 of them and then lost 1 of them. So rather than further ado, let's get into this. All right. So the match just started here, and the reason I recorded this is because I wanted to show the way you should maybe play FC26 from now on, and what EA really want you to do, which in my opinion, I really like about it. It's not perfect at all. I conceded a terrible goal there, right? But I had to get used to this new system, so that's that. But you're going to see here how tiki-taka is going to be, and how playing it fast and being creative with the ball and playing like positional overload, like being very tactically aware, is really rewarding. And it's really attacking football that is buffed here, not really defensive football at all. That's what people get wrong. But let's get into it. So the first point is that most FC26 creators have said that R1 dribbling is really bad, so therefore it's a nerf to attacking AI or attack in general, right? But I will counter that R1 dribbling nerf was necessary, because the way you had to play it before was using R1 to carry the ball all the way through to the opponent box, and it was really hard to bruise the opponent or get the ball off them, which was quite ridiculous, because like some players would be like really small and have very low strength, yet you couldn't bruise them with like someone like Sol Campbell, who had like bruiser base and has like 90 plus strength. And he could like shoulder to shoulder stand with them. So that's one of the reasons it got nerfed, and it makes sense because it rewards now manual defending, which is great. Tactical defending, or not tactical, advanced defending, sorry. The second point is that R1 dribbling was the sole purpose. As I said before, with carrying the ball, I just written like some bullet points so I can remember what I have to say, so I don't just keep yapping. So I talked about why the R1 dribbling was really bad, or not really bad, but really good. But so good that the small players were too good. You couldn't bruise them, you couldn't tackle them. And people saying, oh, but you could manual defend it. But you couldn't really either, because it was too fast, or it was just like circle until you found the right moment to get in and shoot. And that's not really how it's reflected in the real life either. Like, you see people just do like a quick little dribble and then they get through, right? Because in reality in football you just have to beat one man, and then you have to look at your options again. Do you have to beat another one or what? But in FC26 at that time, before the patch, it was really just beat too many players at once, and therefore defensive AI was actually really strong in that time. But we're going to get into why defensive AI is worse now. So we talked about why the R1 dribbling now is worse, but you can still use R1 dribbling now to this day, but it has to be more reflective of the real life, where you just use it in small intervals rather than in very long intervals. And like we saw before, where you would see Claudio Pina or you would see Vitinha just like dribble from across the pitch, and you couldn't bruise them, you couldn't tackle them because they were just holding R1. That was quite ridiculous, honestly. The game should be about passing because that is how it is in real life as well. We shouldn't have every aspect of real life because that would be that we have to incorporate randomness into it, which like bounce back, rebounds, though that doesn't actually happen that often, which people think happens a lot, but it doesn't if you watch like high level football, like the top 5 leagues and such. But it happened a lot in before the patch. Now it doesn't. So we should take the beautiful aspect of the game, which is passing and dribbling, not like Messi dribbling, because that's really rare to see. And you can do it still if the opponent is really aggressive towards you. But now it's now you have to really just pass it and pass it fast, and you have to plan ahead how you want to pass it. And how you want to orchestrate your attack, which is really what football is about. It's about the mental game and about planning ahead. That's what really makes football beautiful and really hard to master as well. It's pretty much impossible to master because there's no conclusive option in football. It's really just how your opponent plays and how you play and how each of you are going to adapt to one another. But before the patch, that wasn't really the case. It was like there was universal moves like just holding R1 to specific angles. Yeah, this was a quite ridiculous pen. Like, I don't know how there was a pen. You can't see it. How it doesn't make sense. Look at this. How's that a pen? That's crazy. So yeah. The first one, the R1, it reflects how it should be in real life. But they have compensated with it by making attacking AI and passing much, much better now. And that's what we're going to get into now. So, sorry, I just a bit out of breath. Yeah, so passing is massively improved now in this patch, as you also can see in these goals, but you're going to see it later as well on, that I score a lot of goals with it. So saying that it's just a parking bus AI or simulator is quite false, really. You just have to pass a lot. Not like nonsense, but pre-plan it. And like now it's really worth it to pre-plan how you pass, to make systems and patterns of play that you get used to, which you also do in football. Like you get used to your teammates' pattern and movements, which makes your whole team better. And that's how it should also be in FC26, because at the end of the day, it's also somewhat of a football simulator as well. So learning the patterns of your players and how to move and pass should be really important. And a lot of people thought they did that, but they really didn't. They just hold R1 and dribble, or did like the meta stuff, like running to the side and then passing it, or waiting on the side to do a cutback and then doing double triangle or double square, which is still extremely important and necessary to do, like the double triangle or double square, but it's now used differently. You can use it to so much more than just squaring it to do a cutback. So, passing responsiveness. Passing responsiveness has in the pitch note been improved, and you can search the pitch note yourself and on Twitter, on their page or on their website, which they have described quite a lot, and how they have improved it. And the passing responsiveness now means, and as I've played here, that the opponent, like the players you get, they're going to pass now. Before they receive it, you can actually like pass it first time with through balls or with just a ground pass to the players you want to, which means that it's going to be really hard for the player to counteract it by just holding his CDM or center mid and just jogging around. Because if the passing is really fast and responsiveness, then he cannot just simply hold the DM and run around left and right. You see, like he's trying here with De Jong to hold, like just go left or right, get left and right. You can't. You can't do that anymore. And you could before because the responsiveness and the passing was not as accurate as it should be. It was still better than FC25, but it was not. It could have been better, and now it has gotten extremely good. It's not 10 out of 10 yet, but it's very close to it. So yeah, and I think people just going to realize that all the way for champs this weekend, and they like realize, like my opponents have played today, some of them have already realized that, and I can't even counteract them. They're like just passing it really fast, and I'm just respecting it. I'm like, that's really good, because in order to pass really fast and have it go to the goal, you have to pre-plan what you're going to do and how your players are moving. You can't simply just spam passing. You can't. That's a really terrible goal conceded from my side. But passing is not simply as dribbling, where it's in the moment and you have to react to the opponent. It's much bigger than that. You have to pre-plan it. You have to know where your players usually go at and how your formation usually works. That's how it is also in real life as well. So yeah, that's really good. Yeah. And through passing as well has gotten also better now. So before, if your player didn't have incisive pass, it was pretty much impossible to do first time incisive passes. It was really like luck RNG if you got a good one or not. If you didn't have base incisive, and even if you had base incisive, it will sometimes not be that good. But now it's just really good. Like I have, for example, Bumkumcha or Torvin, who don't have incisive pass, but the amount of time that did accurate incisive passes, I was like mind blown. Like they could do proper incisive passes now, and that like means a lot, because now it's not a requirement to have incisive pass, to do incisive pass as they promised when they released FC26. That attributes now mean more than playstyles, but playstyles still have a significant role. Where, look at that, I swear I could almost never do that. It was really rare to do that with a player who doesn't have incisive. That was beautiful. Just if only I scored that. So yeah, because of that, the defensive AI, you can't just run with the CDM or CM and hope that the defensive AI is going to catch it, because the passing now can be so much faster, so much accurate, that the defensive AI can't keep up with it. You have to manually take the defender and man mark it. And if you're going to do that, there's going to be space open up. And that's the psychological game between you and the opponent, which is also extremely beautiful and necessary in football. So that is much more what you're going to see now, and that's like I love it. Like if you were someone who loved to pass before and pass it forward first time tiki taka, and you weren't really that much of a skiller or dribbler, then this patch is really for you. It's not a defensive patch at all. As you can see, I score a lot of goals. My opponent has also scored some goals, though that's because I had bad defending, or I did some bad defending. But yeah, like so far I scored a lot of goals. People who say, it's going to be Park the Boss. It's not going to be. It's still very much attacking. So, with that, then we can talk about the attacking AI. And the attacking AI have they also stated in their patch is going to find the spaces where it's open up, like there's where like you have the possession in the box, and your players are just stuck there. They don't move side to side. They don't look for the open space. Now they're going to do that much more. Is it perfection? Absolutely not. But it's going to get better and better the better cards we're going to get. So right now we have gotten a really good balance of attacking AI, much better than it used to be. I even know I could finally like pass people into the box. No longer did the player just run with their CM and they have a back four. That was not possible anymore because the passing is so faster, and the attacking AI was moving to spaces that was open up, like it just a bit open where you could receive a pass. The attacking AI did that, like my right mid, left mid, my cam, striker. Like I didn't player lock almost at all. I think maybe I just player locked once or twice throughout the 5 games I've played, which was just really refreshing to get. Like before this patch, I had to player lock sometimes, and that's not a skill. That's just because of bad attacking AI. But they have made it much better. I could definitely feel that. So, and the way you feel that the attacking AI is, yeah, as I said before, look at the stats I have: 190 passes versus the player 84 passes. You would see that a lot before the patch, where people had very low passes throughout the game because you could just skill and run with the ball a lot. Now you can still run with the ball. It feels faster if you have rapid plus or base, but passing it is just so much more rewarding. We can go to the next game. Yeah, this is the same as well. We can just... Right, this one is juicy. This one is beautiful. So, with this game, you're just going to see I'm going to demolish my opponent. I think maybe he doesn't even score this game, but I win like 7-0 or 7-1. And it's really beautiful because you can finally play tiki-taka football, play it forward. Look how responsive it is. It's accurate. The players are moving wide and moving to the necessary space where it's hard for the opponent to just sit there and park the bus. Look at it. It's so open. Look at that. Look. This didn't used to be the case before. Look at that. The players are constantly moving to receive the ball. Nico Williams is moving there so he can receive the ball. Boom Kun Cha is there so he can keep the defenders deep. Also, what is his name? Gui is also keeping wide, but he's also tucking in when I need him to pass the ball to him there. Look, they're constantly running in. They're constantly making themselves available and making it extremely hard for the opponent to just hold the center mid and going side to side. You can't do that anymore. So defensive AI is worse now because the buff of the attacking AI, and it's significant. It really is. Yeah. You have to you see, he has to be aggressive with his center backs, and if he's aggressive with his center backs, I can play through passes between him if I time it right and I do the right combination plays. And see, he's even using it, but he's doing it too much. So that's also the thing, like, yes, the passing is much better now, but you cannot spam it, like, mindlessly. Look, that's beautiful. And I could also tell you, people who had base incisive also felt kind of bad with incisive sometimes, right? But that's not the case now. People who have base, no incisive, feel good with doing a through ball, and people who have incisive base feel great. And I don't know about those who have incisive plus. Is that going to be broken? I don't know. But yeah. But look, also for him, like, it's great incisive. Who did that incisive, by the way? I think it's Kachawi, right? Yeah, it's Kachawi. She doesn't have incisive. Didn't she do it first time? Look, that's beautiful. Like, trap ball. Like, the speed is perfect. So it's not like just me or anything. Look, it's beautiful. Look at Boom Kun Cha. Look at this. by the way, many of the creators, FC creators, because they're also old school, they may be used to the days where dribbling was really strong. So therefore they're used to that, like just dribbling a lot rather than doing first time passes. Because it also used to be much bigger space before, so doing 1v1 was really strong. But now it's about passing, but you can also dribble, and you also need to dribble when it's necessary. Look at this. Look at Bumkuncha. He could not do that before. I can promise you, if he did that, Vitinha would get it. Or it would be super sloppy. Look. Beautiful. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. And he just got mad that I'm scoring way too many goals. That was crazy from him. So yeah, I think I've said everything I needed to say, but I could just reflect on this game and kind of elaborate what, if I've forgotten to say anything else, which maybe will remind me of if I see this game. So yeah. All right. Like, as you can see, I'm still running with the center mids, but I can't do it for long. I need to switch to someone else. But before, I could do that for very long because the attacking AI was not as strong and he wouldn't make the right runs into the box. That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it. If the attacking AI is great, then you cannot rely on defensive AI. Not completely. You have to manually defend much more. And this, like, people were kept saying, oh my god, it's so manual now. It really felt manual in the first week of FIFA, but afterwards it didn't. Look at that. Even though it didn't reach him completely, I swear Bumkuncha could never do that. He couldn't do that. Look. Beautiful. Damn beautiful. Absolutely. I love that. Even though it didn't work, I was like, oh yes, finally, man. So yeah, passing is king. It is so much king now. So let's see. And left stick is still really good, and R1 is also, it's worse, but it has a specific purpose now. Look at that. Yeah, that one was kind of bad attacking AI. Look at this. Right. So oops. Like, why is Nico running there? Wait. Why was Nico running there? Look at this. So, like, Nico was running there and Bumkuncha was running there. They were running to the same space. If the attacking area was maybe just bare, then Nico would have adjusted his run between the center back and the right back. But he didn't. So, yeah. And then he stopped and then he tries to go wide, which it would have been good if he maybe just continue running forward instead of stopping. So as well, like, attacking AI still needs a buff, but it's much better than it used to be. Much better. Like, for example, the inside forward didn't used to go as much central as they do now, which is great. Because it's in the description, inside forward. Oh, sorry. Look at that. Also, we can go back here. The patch note also said that if you manually triggered a run with anyone, then they would run and then they would stop. And I noticed that a lot. It was so annoying because it kind of ruined, like, these setups and payoffs, which you do a lot in football. Like, it's a lot of strategy in football. And if the player you trigger just runs halfway and then stops, that just ruins everything. It ruins the timing. It does. Then he's offside, or he's not offside, or he doesn't get the ball. But now they just keep running like they used to. Like in FIFA 23 and 25, that used to always be the case, and all other FIFA titles before that. So that's great that they have reverted that to the older FIFAs. But look, De Jong is not stopping his run. He used to stop his run sometimes. Look, he just keep running. That's great. It's consistent. Look, beautiful. Beautiful. Like, and who did the incisive, by the way? Wasn't it Boom Kuncha again? Again, that guy he couldn't incisive. Look at that. That's beautiful. Again, the defender would catch it if it was pre-patch. That is beautiful. That is how it should be. That the stats you have should factor in how good your incisive is, more than the play style. So yeah. And kickoffs, by the way, yeah, everyone unanimously agrees that it's 10 out of 10. That's how it should be. It should be really hard, but it's not impossible. And I think I do score from kickoff as well here, or maybe not, or maybe that was the game before it. But I did score off kickoff like a few times, but it was still hard, and that's the good part, that it should be hard. You had to be patient, and you have to play it around. So that's good. It wasn't fast. It wasn't just like reckless or without thought. Look at that again, man. His passing was just great, man. It was just great, Boom Kuncha. You know, at a period I played Lautaro Martinez because his passing felt better. But now I can like truly just use Boom Kuncha because his passing is how I want it to be and how it should be. See, that's manual defending. I anticipate that he's going to do a 1-2. I switch to Sol Campbell and I get it back. So yeah. See, that was bad. So look at that. Even though the incisive passes, or not, some passes have been made better now, you can't just recklessly do them without any thought. You have to think about them, see where your players are. So not everything has like just simple advantages. You need to factor in and look at all the options you have and think about them maybe a second or two before you do them. Yeah, look at this beautiful game. Oh yeah, that was just offside. Yeah. Oh man. So let's see this. Yeah, that's unfortunate, but I was tracking back with the left back, I think, at that time. So again, I did the manual defending, I think, here. I didn't just let the AI do the job, I think. I can't remember. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, see? I hold R1 to make sure the player was tracking that run. So again, manual defending was rewarding. That was great. If I didn't hold R1, it would have gone through. That's how it exactly should be. That if you don't use manual defending, oh my god, look at that. If you don't use manual defending, then you get punished. But if you do, then you get rewarded. That's how it should be. Look at that goal. Beautiful tiki-taka. Boom, perfect touch. Playing his Boom Kuncha first time. He could always do that, but because he has basic tiki-taka, that was not really an issue. But it still felt much more responsive than before, because there would happen sometimes where they would take a touch and then it would ruin the whole play, right? Because now you have to react to how the opponent plays, what he's going to do. But if it's more responsive, then you can rely on, if you press X, it's going to be X. And if you aim it where it should be, where you aim it, then it's going to go where you want it. And that's what they have done with this patch. We can go a little bit forward. We can see maybe just the other goals to score here. Yeah, let's look at this goal then. This is off kickoff, by the way. Look at this. Alright, let's see. Patient, building up. Patient, building up. That was R1, by the way. I was doing R1, so, and he has technical dribbling base. Yeah, look at this. I'm cooking. You have to combine skill move and dribbling, and you'll get like so much reward from it. So as you can see, I did technical dribbling right now. You can't spam it. You can't like go around the whole defense with technical dribbling anymore, which is how it should be. That's crazy to do beforehand. Now you have to use it in just small moments, as it should be. So I really love that. And therefore, like players like Pina or these kind of cards, they're not like bad anymore. They're not. Absolutely not. But people have just been used to that Pina is the best defender, the best attacker, the fastest player, the strongest player. But now they're not that anymore. You have to actually use them by their strength. Look at that. Oh my god, who is that? Who is that, by the way? Who did that incisive pass? I bet you it wasn't someone who had incisive pass. And they couldn't do that before. They couldn't. Look at this. Let's see. Oh, I think I took that a little bit too back. Yeah, right? I don't know. I can't remember. Yeah, I did. Damn, it goes fast. Alright, let's see. Isn't this the same moment? What the hell? Yeah. I don't... Wait, what? Yeah. I don't know. That was weird. Okay. Alright, I think it's here, right? Yeah, it's here. Look. Look at that. Who did that, by the way? I think it's Hakimi, right? I think as I went too far ahead, like too far back, so that's why I screwed up. But look at this, beautiful. Look at this. It's not perfectly timed, but because he's not using the defensive, he's not manually putting pressure on the runner, being too close to him. I can do that incisive pass, which is how it should be. So again, like look, attacking AI is so much better now. Look at that, it's beautiful. Yeah, unfortunately, no goal. Alright. Beautiful, look at that, that was beautiful. Well done. But as I moved the keeper there, let's look at that. Look at that, it was fast and precise. And that was Peter, by the way. Great. I got punished because I was sloppy with my defending. And that's how it should be. So it's not like just one guy feeling that the attacking AI is better. It is just everyone has better attacking AI now, which is how it should be. And it's fun. Like even if you concede, you feel like, oh yeah, I deserve to concede that because I was sloppy. I didn't left stick switch. So yeah, that was great. And before you had to left stick switch way less, because you had just everyone parking the bus like the four defenders all on stay back, and then you just hold your center mid and run side to side. But you can't do that because of the improved attacking AI, and you can definitely feel that. Yes, look, you can't just run with one guy anymore. Yeah, that was terrible finesse shot. He has base finesse shot, but I don't know, some players just have terrible finesse shots animations. Him and Angel Gomez are one of those two. Beautiful. Manual defending, absolutely rewarded. Yeah, great defending, honestly. I could have probably done much better. Aggressiveness rewarded. Manual aggressiveness. Again, I'm taking my time, letting the players get into the right position. Look at that. Yeah, that was a silver, by the way, so he has a hard time to score anyway. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, there I used player locking. Was it necessary? Not really. Yeah, I was just trying to get a pause because it was just going gun ho back and forth all the time. I was like, I need a break. I want to sub off some players. Yeah, that was unfortunate that she didn't score there. That's a dirty tactics from me. By the way, EA have not nerfed that. Like, I don't think they know how to. But they should, because that's literally game breaking. That should never be a case in football, because it's a rule break. If you do that, then you get a indirect free kick and a yellow card for the goalkeeper. But you also can't get red cards for goalkeepers in FC 26, which is also stupid. Why can't you not? Yeah. Alright, we can just go forward from that. Alright, let's see, what is that? No, bad yeah, good defending. Got rewarded. Yeah, see, I'm still running with the DM, but I have to let go. I can't do it forever. Wait, what? Alright. Yeah, we saw that. What the hell? Alright, let's see. Nice. Look at the passing. It was just fast and responsive. And you can't keep up. You have to switch, manually switch, if you want to keep up. You can't just run with one player backwards. It goes too fast. Look, he can't keep up. And a lot of players are going to realize that. They're going to realize, wow, I can't keep up like this. I have to switch to my defender, to my midfielder, to my fullback to track the run. That's crazy. Yeah. Remember, I got a really stupid, I didn't get, but the opponent got a really stupid penalty in the first game, and now I got rewarded one in the second game. That was pretty funny. That was like payback from EA. They were like giving me a compensation for doing horrendous refereeing. And by the way, refereeing in this game is like so bad because of tactical fouls, and also maybe because of competitive gameplay. They don't want people to get red cards, so that rage quit less. But yeah, they should, like, it's way too soft. Like, you can pretty much guaranteed do a tackle from behind, and you'll sometimes not even get a yellow card. I've had many times where the opponent tackles me from behind, but because it's in the box, he's not trying to get the ball at all. He's just preventing me from scoring. So I get a penalty, but the opponent gets no yellow and no red card. In that situation, it is a red card because he's not trying to get the ball at all, which therefore results in a red card. But yeah, red card is extremely rare now. You can only really get them if the opponent has already gotten a yellow. And then sometimes you get like a red card if you tackle from behind. But yeah. Yeah, then the opponent tried to be cheeky. Look at that. There was no, like, he didn't give. What the hell? Yeah, I don't know why it went that far back. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. Look at that. I didn't even get an advantage to the player. Look, I think he's going to tackle the center back here. Huh. No, never mind. It's not here. It's later, I think. But yeah, anyway, you saw it earlier. That's crazy. Yeah, this player was just trying to run timeout. But like, I was just trying to hold the keeper there, because that's also a tip. Like, if the opponent gave up, you can just play towards your goalkeeper, and he's going to, and you're not going to get DC'd, but the opponent has to hold something, like doing something. Yeah, he's trying to be cheeky here. It's here. Look. No, where's the advantage? Where's the advantage? He just tackled me without having the ball. Where's the yellow card? There's not going to be any yellow card there. Like, the refereeing in this game is abysmal. It's abysmal. Like, there's so many times where the opponent just, like, he bodies you from the back, and like you see the player, he's just like moving forward, but he's not falling. So therefore, it's not a penalty. But yeah, that's for another day, another time. So yeah, I hope you guys liked this long form video, kind of like a podcast video, you know. That's like my 2 cents about the whole situation. Of course, this can change, this opinion, because people are going to evolve, going to find new strategies, going to adapt. But thank God we don't have long shots and finish shots anymore. Like, that was the worst thing ever, man. That was so terrible. It just took the realism, the fun out of everything, right? This, if hopefully, I think people are going to realize that this is actually a good patch. I think people just overreacting because they see R1 dribbling and so many were carried by it. So getting nerfed, so they're like going to cry, and they all have Pina's. Yeah, Pina is still going to be amazing shooting, passing, and dribbling, but she's not going to feel as fast as she used to be and as strong as she used to be, which is how it should be. Every player should have a strength and a weakness. That's how it should be. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll hopefully make more videos about FC25. FC26. Have a great one. See ya.